cruise, sit on the bike, and just get a it's a great setup, mate. No mistake, it's a great bike. But is it an interstate bike? Yeah, g'day guys, Steve here from Dirt Bike ADV. Just out in the shed, it's Saturday before Christmas 2022. So just doing a bit of a Christmas wrap up like I did last year. Last year I was sitting in the shed with a Beta 390 and a KTM 690. This year I'm sitting in the shed with a Sherco 500 and a Yamaha 660 Tenerade. If you had told me I was going to end up with these two bikes at the start of this year, I would have been very surprised. But anyway, it's sort of the way it's evolved. Basically, I had the two bike policy late last year where I had a 390 Beta and a 690 KTM. Really happy with that setup. But just wanted to get a little bit more power out of the 390, so I decided to sell it to try and get up into a late model 480. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to find a late model 480 and priced up the new ones and just went, oh, that's a lot of money. This popped up. It's a Sherco 500, so it's actually a 480cc, so exactly the same as the Beta. And I thought, you know what, I've had Shercos before, I've been happy with them, so I've decided to try the Sherco. Had a ride of some 500s and different KTM 500 and a couple of other different bikes, but I certainly lean back towards the Shercos and the Betas. They seem to be my preference. And then of course I was waiting to try and upgrade the 690 to a later model 690 with the extra counterbalancer, and yeah, I was going to set it up the same way. Fortunately, they really haven't popped up second-hand very cheap as well. They're holding their value very well because they are still a very popular bike, so that's understandable. So while I was sort of mucking around waiting for the prices to drop, I just decided to buy a bit of an infield bike and buy this 660 Tenerade. Always loved the Tenerades, had a Tenerade back in 86 or 88 I should say. Always liked this bike that had that one intrinsic problem, the ridiculous saddle seat. So I bought one and actually cut the subframe and made the seat a lot more user friendly. So we've had a couple of rides on both these bikes this year, got out and about. I'll drop some footage in at the start obviously, and I'll drop some footage in at the end and some of the bloopers. Yeah, and then I'll just have a bit of a walk around and just a bit of an update on the bikes. Not much to tell on the Tenerade, but we'll have a chat about the Sherco 500 and what I intend to do with this. A little bit different to the 390 and somewhere between the 390 and the 480 Beta that I had earlier on a couple of years ago. So yeah, we'll have a chat about that. But anyway guys, thanks for watching over this last year. As I keep saying, this is not about subscribers and thumbs ups and comments and all that stuff, but I encourage you to if you feel like you got the time, make a comment. I love the comments. You know, I'm learning a lot of stuff from my subscribers. But yeah, we're not about advertising or making revenue about this. This is about me just living my life and taking the camera with me. So nothing more, nothing less. So again, thanks for watching, guys. And yeah, we'll hope to see you out in the trail soon. So this is the latest edition. This is the Sherco 500 Factory, a 2019 model. The factory's come with a few extra bits and pieces. Obviously the KYB shockers, different discs, AXP bash plate, a gripper seat, Acropovic full exhaust system, better triple clamps, and I think that's about it. Some anodized rims, I think, as well too, as part of the package, and obviously a different sticker kit. Very similar to a Beta 480, and that they're 480cc, fairly light, agile bike to ride. Haven't had this in the single trail yet, but certainly anticipating getting on the single trail over Christmas. So yeah, that'll be a bit of a test for it. But the bike came with a 15 litre tank and bark busters and a big long tail light and all that sort of stuff. The guy was riding it. It is fully road registered, so I've just sort of changed it up a little bit and just set it up for my own self. Obviously I've put the LED indicators, the click and rides in, so yeah, they just pull out for when you're riding the trails. Got rid of the big long extended mudguard on the rear. Also just put some better grips on, some soft grips. The grips were given me the Irrits. Got rid of the bark busters. When I'm riding in the bush, I don't want the bark busters. You can sort of break wrists on bark busters in the bush. Perfectly fine on an ADV or a touring bike, but just in the bush I just like the flat handguards, so I put those back on. Tidied up a couple of things with the wiring. There was a couple of issues with the wiring, the way the guy set it up, and yeah, probably should have stayed away from it, but I've sorted all that out now and got it back to pretty well a stock bike now. So this is exactly how you'd see it, except for the click and rides, of course, the click and ride indicators. This is how you'd see it come out of the factory, and you know, the manufacturers do a really good job of these bikes, so all the modern bikes are really good. But so we've got a 15 litre tank for the ultralight ADV work, and I've just got a spare headlight shroud with an LED light in it. So I'm just going to sit that forward a little bit up here and just get this phone up behind a screen in there, sort of thing, just so I can sort of I can have my phone eyes on the screen of the navigation phone just while I'm riding along without having to look down at the handlebars. So yeah, I'll set that up just with a little little perspex screen up there, and put the 15 litre tank on, and that's all I'll do. I'll set that up for a for ultralight ADV. Just put my Wolfman E base on the rear. Put a obviously the mufflers with the Acropovics are quite big, but I have to put a heat shield on that. But yeah, just the E-base on the back, and with the water bottle carriers and that sort of stuff. So yeah, just the same as I set up the 390 in the end. I was pretty pleased with my setup there, so I'll do a bit of a demonstration of that when I'm out camping on it at some stage. And of course, then I've got the Yamaha Tenere, which I've had this for a while now. I'm very pleased with this bike. It is such a shame that it's so heavy, but it's a fantastic bike. Recently had a bit of a get off and broke one of the handguards, the original handguards, so I just put the bark busters on them. Again, don't have a problem with bark busters on touring bikes. This is a touring bike. It's such a shame it's so heavy. It's a bloody beautiful bike to ride, and obviously you can't have it all, but yeah, certainly I'm very pleased with this bike. I've just recently did the oil change and new front wheel bearings and front brake pads, and yeah, some other bits and pieces to it as well, just give it a bit of love. Some rear drive, and of course new cush drive rubbers, and new tyres as well too, so it's looking good at the moment. So yeah, I've got sort of plans for both these bikes, but yeah, time will just tell how much time I actually get to get out and about on these bikes. So hopefully this 2023, this year coming, will be a lot better for me, and I won't be working anywhere near as much, and I'll get to go out and enjoy these guys. Anyway, thanks guys. Merry Christmas to you all. I hope you get a good break, and the year's been good for you, or the year ahead is good for you. Thanks for watching, and we'll hope to see you out in the trail soon. Tank slapping there, so I'll cut round the back here and oi, 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 oi. Yeah, g'day guys, Steve from Dirt Bike ADV here. Yeah, g'day guys, Steve from Dirt Bike ADV. Yeah, g'day guys. Fucking what a cunt of a track. Bugger. Don't like the look of that. Brendan's slipping out. Oh, there we go. There we go. I didn't even get... Just doing a geological survey here, people. See that orange slippery shit? Avoid that on motorbikes, especially adventure bikes.